Today, we're diving into the story of a man who built a luxury empire on trust and then shattered it in one of the most jaw-dropping betrayals in the online watch world. This is the rise and fall of Anthony Farrer, aka the Timepiece Gentleman, and how a charismatic YouTuber turned watch dealer ended up behind bars. At first glance, Anthony Farrer had it all: a thriving luxury watch business, a viral YouTube channel, and a personal redemption story that made fans root for him.
I feel like the best move I can make for the people that are actually involved and to actually give me a fighting chance at fixing this.
Anthony Farrer built his brand on exclusivity, luxury, and ambition. Originally from Texas, he didn't have a background in horology or high-end retail. In fact, his early life was marked by trouble with the law and addiction. After a stint in jail and getting sober, Anthony claimed he turned his life around, starting a watch flipping business in 2017. He made deals, filmed the hustle, and built an audience that believed in his comeback. A true redemption story. His brand, the Timepiece Gentleman, was sleek, inspirational, and flashy, and it worked. By 2021, his YouTube channel had exploded. Alongside his partner Marco, he showed off high-value watch deals, motivational talks, and the inner workings of a growing empire. They were living the dream, driving Lamborghinis, attending galas, and claiming to teach others how to win. Anthony showcased an opulent lifestyle, penthouse views, and watches worth more than most people's homes. Then, silence. In mid-2021, the entire channel vanished. No posts, no updates, no explanation. People panicked. Was it a scam? Had Anthony ghosted his clients? Was something darker going on? Days later, he returned, calling it a publicity stunt.
The time I finally put out a video and address everything that's going on, these last few days have been
a way to test the loyalty of his followers. But by then, the damage was done. Clients lost confidence. The community began digging deeper, and what they found was disturbing. By late 2022, Farrer had moved to Los Angeles and opened a high-end watch boutique in Beverly Hills under the same brand, the Timepiece Gentleman. But behind the scenes, something had shifted. As more details emerged, so did allegations. Reports from former customers and business associates accused Farrer of ghosting clients, missing watch shipments, and failing to deliver on promised deals. Lawsuits followed. Videos exposed alleged inconsistencies in his business practices. In 2023, Anthony admitted in an emotional video that he had struggled with managing success, stress, and the pressure to keep up appearances. He said he let people down, but still hoped for a comeback.
Dumb shit, living this fake lifestyle to impress people that don't really care.
But the damage was done. In August 2023, authorities visited his Beverly Hills store, only to find it shuttered. Farrer, meanwhile, was traveling across the country, Florida, Texas, Colorado, still posting sporadically on social media. Then, in August, a new twist. Anthony launched a YouTube series called Road to Redemption. In the videos, he confessed to the fraud, admitted to lying, and claimed to be $5 million in debt. He talked about possibly leaving the industry, insisted he wanted to repay his victims, and expressed frustration that anyone who tried to help him was attacked online. His final post on Instagram, @Anthony, was on November 4th, 2023. A photo of him working out. 3 days later, he was arrested at a storage unit in Venice, California. The U.S. Attorney's Office said he was running a Ponzi-style operation, taking in watches on consignment, selling them, and keeping the money, convincing people to wire him funds for watches he never delivered. In some cases, he sent buyers completely different watches. In others, he used client-owned timepieces as collateral to secure personal loans without the owner's permission. He was living what the FBI called a lavish lifestyle, driving a red Lamborghini, riding Ducati motorcycles, and documenting the high life online, while victims were left without their watches or their money. In October 2024, Anthony Farrer pled guilty to wire fraud and mail fraud. He admitted to defrauding over 40 victims in a scheme that totaled more than $5.7 million. On January 31st, 2025, Anthony Farrer was sentenced to 70 months in federal prison, nearly 6 years. He remains in custody and will be subject to a restitution order for millions still owed to victims. As the FBI put it, The so-called timepiece gentleman was actually a con man whose time living lavishly ran out. Once a symbol of redemption and entrepreneurship, Anthony Farrer's empire was built on borrowed time and borrowed trust. And in the world of luxury, trust is everything. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Shadows of YouTube, where we expose the stories behind the viral masks. Stay sharp, stay safe, stay smart. See you next time, Shadowers.
Forgers out there, guys, I've gotten all the messages, I've gotten the texts, I appreciate that. I'm keeping my head up to the best of my ability. I'm going to keep pushing through this as hard as I can. And like I said from the beginning, I'm going to ride this shit till the end.